What's up, YouTube? It's Monique Marie, and I'm back with another motherfucking video. And as you can see by the title, I'm doing pros and cons as being a teen mom, which I have a baby at 15, so I'm going to tell you guys how it is for me. I don't know how other people is. People is different. But yeah, so let's get into it with this video, you know what I'm saying? And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stuff like that. Please do not mind my hair or my lashes. My lashes is crooked. I know that. My hair is totally messed up. I did it for this video. I usually do my slick back ponytails because they like more, you know, cuter and stuff like that. But yeah, and it is too much for this stuff. And then my edges is not done because I cut my edges for my slick back ponytail, so now my edges can't get slicked back after when I do a top bun. But I only did this because it was faster, and I was just doing it for the video. But let's get into it. Let's get into it with this video. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the pros first. So I'm gonna do like pro cons, like that. And yeah, basically, like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all guys how it's pros and cons for me in my situation. I don't know about other people's situations, but I did have my daughter at 15. I'm 19 now, so she's finna be 4. So yeah, so let's get started with this video. So before, let me see. I'm not gonna say before I had her. Let me see. I really wasn't depressed, but I really like. How can I say it? I'm trying to figure out how to say it without making this hella long. Okay, so the first pro of this video, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm looking on here too because this is where my pros and cons at because I'm recording on my phone. So this is my pros and cons at. So I'm gonna be looking down here most of the time, but when I talk, I'm gonna make eye contact with you guys. But when I look down here, then I'm looking at those things. Okay, so the first pro that I listed on my list was finding the purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people before they have kids and stuff, they just want to like their life don't like they be out wild. You know what I'm saying? Not listening to their parents, just doing what they want to do and stuff like that. And then they feel like you know what I'm saying, like before I had my daughter and stuff, I was like really depressed. Like I was like, oh, there's no point for me to live. Like I don't find no reason for me to live. When you have a child, you got to think about your child. So now like, you know, you find your purpose in life on why you you know, so like by having a child. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the pros is you find your purpose in life and you figure out what you want to do faster and what you want to be when you get older, because you have to depend. You know, your child has to depend on you, so you want to grow up and let them have, you know, everything that they need. So that's one of the pros is finding a purpose in life. One of your cons is you're not a kid anymore. So like me, I had a baby at 15. Once I got pregnant, I got pregnant on my birthday, and I had her in October of the same year. I turned 15. So I didn't, like, once I became pregnant and stuff like that, like I said, you're not a kid anymore. Well, I don't know how it is for y'all parents and stuff, and how y'all parents did y'all, or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, would do y'all if y'all did get pregnant at 15. But my parents treated me like I wasn't a kid anymore. I wasn't a kid. I wasn't getting presents. I wasn't getting like birthday gifts, like nothing. Like when you become an adult, or when you become, like when you have a child, parents look at you as an adult. I don't know why, but that's what my parents did to me. So you're not a kid anymore, period. No matter how old you is and stuff like that. Once you have a child, you become an adult. And whether you want to or not, you have to, because you have to become an adult for your child. So that's one of the cons is you're not a kid anymore. Whether you look at it, that's how I was like that. I was like that for so long. Like I'm still a kid. Like yes, I do have a kid, but I'm still a kid. But mom and them, my dad did not care. Like okay, like you did what you did. You grown. So I just, you know what I'm saying. And you know, I had a decision to, you know, get an abortion or keep it. I decided to keep it, so that's what made them really mad. So yeah. Another pro is you become less selfish. Like you have a more eye opening on the other people and stuff like that. Like you don't become like, you know what I'm saying, like when it's just you mean more selfish with stuff and all this other stuff. When you have a kid, you can't be selfish. I don't know more, like the selfishness is out. Like Yeah, I know. I used to hate sharing my food before I had a baby. I hate like spending money on other people. Like I was so selfish. Like I don't like giving people money. I don't like giving people like my food. When you have a child, all that go. You have to share your food. You got to spend all your money on them. Like everything that goes with, you know what I'm saying, whatever you got, the kid get. And like you said, it makes you become less selfish. Okay, so another con is find a freaking babysitter. Like if you don't have like if you don't have a support system, then you and find a babysitter. Like my mom would like watch my daughter, but only if I was doing something positive, like working or going to school. But like if I wanted to kick it with my friends or hang out with my friends, I wasn't be able to do that because of, you know, so I had a child. So they were like, oh no, if you want to do that, then you shouldn't have had a baby and all that type of stuff. So finding a babysitter was very hard. But I did have my little sister, and when I was living with my mom and stuff like that at the time, like having my little sister was like the perfect thing because I just was like, oh, watch Zion for me. Like my mama will like tell my sister like, don't watch her daughter, no, don't watch her daughter, because she, you know, she shouldn't have had a baby at 15, stuff like that. So I had to sneak and be like, oh, watch, you know, Zion while I go out, please, and she'd be like, yeah, I don't care, I never care, it's just mama be telling me not to. Yeah, you're weird, but okay. And then one of the other cons is you have to think about your decisions is not about you anymore. Like your decisions, you have to think about your baby and not about, you know, so you gotta think for you and your baby now. It's not just thinking for you. Like you can't just get up and be like, oh, I want to move to here, or I want to go here and stuff like that, and knowing that you have a baby, or I want to spend a night at this place and that place, knowing that you have a baby. Like you can't just think for yourself anymore. You gotta think for two people, which is you and a baby and stuff like that. So that's one of the cons, is thinking for you know what I'm saying, like not able to think for yourself and stuff like that. One of the pros, another pro is having, like, they don't like your best friend. Like they become your best friend like once they get a certain age. Like yes, they, you know, like yeah, they do weird stuff and get on your nerves at certain times, but they really become your best friend. Like when you don't have nobody, they the only person that's there. When you down and don't, you know what I'm saying, and depressed, sad and stuff, you cry, they gonna make sure they wipe your tears for you. Like them, your really like backbone. Like your kids will be your backbone. So that's one thing. A con, another con is they will slow you down with everything. Slow you down, slow your money down, slow your what? Like they slow everything down. Like what you want to do, they slow everything down. Like you just can't do what you want to do no more. It really slows you down, and that's a con because it's like you know. So you want to just, like I said, like just the same way as trying to find a babysitter. You can't just leave when you want to leave because you have a child. You can't just go out and do what you want to do when you have a child. So that's one of the cons, and that's a pro. So I got that as a pro too. A pro when they how it's a pro because like it will slow you down, but you know what I'm saying, like I said before, you know, you could have been like a buck wild child where you was doing this and doing that and didn't care about going to school and didn't care about doing that and doing this. But when you have a child, it makes you stay in the house more. It didn't make you be bored and make you want to go to school or find a job and do something positive with your life because you be so bored in the house that you have a child, and the only thing you could do is positive stuff instead of doing bad stuff. Now if you have a child and you're still doing what you did before you had a child, which is running around, not caring and stuff like that, you should never been a mother in the first place. Not to talk crap, but yeah, you should have never tried to have a baby if you're going to still do what you want to do when you have a child, because you got to think about you and your child, like I said. So yeah, you're not on your time no more. You're on that child time. Whatever time your child have, that's your time. Like nothing, like you can't sleep no more on your time. You can't wake up on your time anymore. You can't just do what you want to do on your time. Everything gotta be around, everything gotta be around them. Like time is around them. You gotta wake up when they want to wake up, feed them when they want to eat. Like you're not on your own time no more. So that's one of the cons, is not being on your time. Pros, you have new experiences. Like like having a child and having to do a lot of stuff for the child. It's like new experiences, like, you know what I'm saying, like you learn a lot, you know what I'm saying, like my daughter was in school at 1 year old. I never knew kids could go to school at 1 year old, and they could. Like little stuff like that. Like you get help. Like I don't know, but the school that I went to like will help you with your kids and stuff like that. So it's like I don't know. So it's like you get a new experiences, and you know what I'm saying, like stuff that you like your child went through. You probably choose a different career path before you had a child. Like you probably want to do something, you know what I'm saying, boom, and then you have a child, new experiences come because, you know what I'm saying, you're like, oh, okay, like this is something I like, you know what I'm saying, like being a daycare teacher, or you want to open your own daycare or open up your own business because, you know, you have a child, and, you know, so stuff like that. So new experiences, that's something. And one con that really is you know, a buzzer about having a child is not having support at all from your family. Let me see. Yeah, just not having support, like not from nobody. Like, I mean, like I have support, but not really. So it's like that's one of the cons is not having support at all from nobody, and you have to do it yourself. And not saying that it's, you know, it's on somebody else, or you know what I'm saying, because it's my child and stuff like that. But just the simple fact of you not having the support, whether through your pregnancy, after your pregnancy, as a child is growing and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been out of that stage. Yeah, I felt like, oh, I had to be like when I was 15 and 14, and not 14, when I was 15 and 16 and stuff, I felt like, oh, I had a baby with myself, so I need more support. Like people should be helping me. My mom, my dad, his mom, his dad should be helping me because, like, you know, so I had this baby with myself. But now that I'm older, like I don't give a fuck who helped me, because it's like this is my child. I had my child. I wanted my child. Like, yeah. So me and my baby daddy, we wanted my daughter. All the adults, like our parents and stuff, didn't want us to have the baby, so but we had it anyway. So once I was younger and I was saying all this stuff and talking shit about them, that's what they would say, like, oh, you chose to have it, we told you to get an abortion, we told you that, but I didn't. And okay, so that's that. Not having support is one of the cons of having a child at a young age, especially when you're like 15, or you having a kid at 14, 15, 16, and you know what I'm saying, and it's hard to, you know, try to go to school, still try to work, and still having a baby, and nobody, just no support at all. So yes, I had to drop out of school because of my daughter, and it was hard to find jobs at the, you know, when I was that age. So yes, it was a struggle with having a child. But not as you got older and I got used to it, I know how to like handle it and stuff like that. You have a different look. One of the cons, you know, pros is having a different look on things. Like you look at stuff differently and stuff like that. Like probably like, you know how when have you ever like been in the grocery store or stuff like that, and somebody kid like screaming to the top of their lungs, yelling and stuff like that, and then you be like, oh, if that was my kid, I'd beat the shit out of them, or if that was my kid, I'd do this and that. When you become a parent and your kid does that, you can't just like hit them or like beat them in a store or stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, like beat them at all, because certain stuff that they cry about, they shouldn't get whooped about, you know what I'm saying, or get whooped on or hit because they want something at the store that they couldn't get, or you know what I'm saying. So you have a better look at things, because before I had a child, my mama had 7 kids and I'm the third. So I got 4 little ones under me, and every time they did something bad, I was like, oh, that was my kid, this and that. Or if I go to my sister's house or go to somebody else's house that had kids, and I'm like, oh, this is my, you know, if this is my kid, I'll do this and do that. But really, when you have a kid and you see the same shit that your kids do that they used to do, it really be like, oh, they're just kids. And they're just kids. But at first you would be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So you do have a different look on things about that. And then another con is they expensive. Okay, so that's not on here, but I'm gonna just talk about it. They really, cause I was thinking about it, cause I seen it when I looked it up, like some pros and cons. But they really not expensive. At first, yes, because of formula, but not even that. Diapers, yes, but not even that, because I had help with that. I had help with diapers and formula and stuff, so I didn't have to worry about that. But people say they're expensive, but not to me. Like I said, once they hit that stage, like my daughter was potty trained at 1 or 1.5, going on 2. She started walking at like 11 months. So she grew up like she was fast. Like it was fast. So potty training, like I didn't have to buy diapers until she was 3 or 2. Like I cut the diapers off fast. Bottles, she was on bottles. Like she was drinking out of cups when she was like in sippy cups when she was 1.5. So all that was dead. So like I said, she was drinking out of cups, drinking regular juice at, you know what I'm saying? So it was like more, they wasn't expensive at all. And then like I said, once they get a certain age where they wearing panties, where it's like washable, like, you know, panties is washable, clothes is washable. Once you get them to that age, then it's not expensive at all. When you get, yes, the diapers and the milk and stuff like that at the beginning, yes, that part is expensive, but not when you get them off the bottle and off the diapers and pacifiers and stuff, because that was the most expensive things that you have to worry about. But yeah, you guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, and I'm out.